beautiful Bega students. I thought since you had this lesson plan as an assignment, I would walk you through it since we haven't had time to look at it in the tutorials. So you might have already done your lesson plan, that's fine. I'm going to do it in 3 parts so that it's not one massive long recording that you've got to sit through. The first part I'm going to do this section of the lesson plan all the way down to assessment. The second part I'll do assessment, guiding questions, resources and learning strategies. And then the third part I'll do the teaching and learning activities. Okay, so let's begin. So in your lesson plan for you guys, you can just put whatever date. You can just pretend whatever date that you want to schedule your lesson for. So you pop that in there. Then your key learning area, subject and strand. So I want to imagine that we're doing a lesson. I'm going to just do a kindergarten lesson, and I'm going to imagine that I'm teaching my kindergartens about active listening as a precursor to some of the lessons they're going to do about delivering news in the daily show and tell component of the lesson. So I add that information here. And it falls under the strand of speaking and listening. Okay, in here I'm going to say that my topic is introducing news time. Okay, and my stage or class is early stage 1. I could put in there kindy if I want, or kindergarten, or Mrs. Stroud's class, or whatever. Now, your time block, you can make this up. High school teachers, you might be putting period 5, period 4, whatever. You can just make it up. I'm going to put this in my 9 to 11 a.m. literacy block. Okay, the length of my lesson, it's kindergarten. I'm going to keep it pretty short, so I'm just going to make this a 35-minute lesson, and this is going to be lesson number 1 in a sequence of about 5 lessons that I'm going to do. Okay, next I get to the syllabus outcomes. So what I need to do here is I go into the internet. Sorry folks. And I go to the Board of Studies, and I'm going to go to the syllabus. I need the K to 6 syllabus, and I need English. And the first thing that I'm going to grab is actually my outcome. Okay, so the outcomes fall under objectives. So objective A, and it's listed there, that's your objective. Objective B, there's your objective. This is not what I want right now. What I want are my outcomes, and here they're listed here. Okay, and I'm working in the early stage 1 strand, which is down here. There's stage 1, there's stage 2, and so on. You click this tab to go further. I want this outcome. A student communicates with peers and known adults. Okay, so I simply just go and grab that outcome. It's a simple copy and paste. Okay. It's great if you can get the code with it as well. Okay. So there's my syllabus outcome. Now I recommend that you only choose maybe 1 or 2 outcomes, because any more than that in a lesson and you won't be achieving them. So limit yourself there to 1 or 2 outcomes. Okay, the next component is about your key idea, your central concept of the lesson. So mine's all about listening. So students are going to learn about, and I can make this part up, they're going to learn about active listening, because that's my key idea. But I also want to support that with evidence from the syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go into, I'm actually going to go into the values and attitudes. which I found bit of a rabbit warren, as you can see. Sorry, it's here in syllabus elements is where it is. Sorry, folks, syllabus elements. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get the values and the attitudes. See here, listed under the objectives. Okay. These are the ones that my students are going to be focusing on. Now, this is the broad idea in this section, what they're learning about, the big ideas, okay? And I'd put some kind of reference in there to the syllabus. I'm not going to do that right now, but you would do that because you're a fabulous student, okay? So you put in a little reference of where you got that from, okay? And of course, you'd go back and you'd format all of this as well and make it look neat and tidy. There wouldn't be dots and bullet points all over the place. Then we've got skills to be developed or demonstrated. Again, it's back to the syllabus, okay? And this is where I'm thinking about what they're learning to do. These should be observable behaviours that will then link to the assessment that I'm going to provide them with. So I go back to my outcome and I read through the content and I find what it is that the students are really doing. And I've decided that they're going to be responding to and composing texts that use interaction skills, including listening, and they're going to listen to and respond orally to the communication of others. So these are the two that I'm going to grab. Even though this one here, deliver short oral presentations to peers, that would probably fall under my next lesson, which is where they're going to start actually standing up and talking. But for now, we're learning about active listening. So that's the skill that I'm going to put there. And then I can even put it down here. So see here how these begin with observable behaviours, use interaction. I can watch and see if they're doing that. I can watch and see if they're listening, if they're using appropriate voice, if they're listening to, if they're responding orally. Okay, so here I'm going to put demonstrates the skills of an active listener, and they that is whole body listening, mouths closed, eyes on speaker, hands still. Okay, so there's some more observable things there. So the Board of Studies website is a little bit of a rabbit warren. Even I was clicking around to find what I needed, but it will all be there. So take the time to look through it and find the things that you need. Remember also just 1 or 2 syllabus outcomes here. Keep it specific to your lesson. This is one of 5 lessons that I'm doing. So I've kept it specific to listening. Okay, good luck. Go and check your lesson plan now and see how it's looking, and remember, you'd format this beautifully. Mine's a bit rushed.